The Conjuring Last Rites is the fourth and final film of the epic Ed and Lorraine saga. I've been with this series since the first film. The first two films are favorites of mine. James Wan did a really good job. Wasn't the biggest fan of The Devil Made Me Do It because it's more of a legal movie and really over the top in its exorcism scenes. The fourth film, I gotta say, is a bit of a disappointment. Ed and Lorraine are retired. They go around doing little showcases, little presentations at universities and colleges. However, they don't do cases anymore. And the Smurl family is the newest victim. They're a family of 8 people living in one house in Pennsylvania, and they're being tormented by a demonic force. And the only linchpin in between them is Father Gordon, an old friend of the Warrens. However, they got their own stuff going on with Ed's declining health, and their first daughter, Judy, she basically is going to be getting married and engaged to Tony, or her boyfriend. So they have their own personal things going on, and they kind of put that life behind them. But they definitely don't do a good job of melding the two different stories together. This doesn't feel like a horror movie. Like, it's a 2-hour, 15-minute movie, and only like 15 minutes of the movie feels scary. So they definitely didn't do a good job with just the general storytelling. There's a lot of like jump scares throughout the film, and like little scare scenes that aren't, some of them are effective, some of them are not, but it feels like the movie's just buying time for the finale. And the story isn't particularly amazing. I honestly, I don't know if they mentioned this in an earlier movie, but someone's got to come by and basically bless all of the artifacts in the garage, because they're all full of like haunted items, but they don't see anyone doing that, or they don't put importance on that happening. In terms of like the acting's fine. The new characters are well acted, like Judy and Tony, and the Smurl family, they're just like nobodies. So like there's a lot of chatter. It's a big household, so whenever we have scenes with them, it's like a lot of characters talking, or a lot of like cramped quarters. And the camera works also like that too. The camera's going for like a shaky thing, and I didn't like that at all. And the movie just doesn't have enough story, but it's so long. And then they finally like try to merge the two storylines together, and they still don't feel that great. And then the finale is kind of underwhelming, because it's just a little bit of this and that, and a fistful of cliches, really. I mean, for all the haunting and stuff. So overall, this is definitely another tepid finale to the series. I mean, they've kind of milked this series for as long as they physically could. You've got, the 4 main films. You've got a trilogy of Annabelle films, and only like 1 or 2 of those are okay. And then you've got 2 nun films. Curse of La Llorona is connected vaguely, and they're going to do a Crooked Man movie. And now, because this movie made so much money, they want to do a prequel series and a prequel movie, using probably the 2 actors from the beginning of the film, which is fine. But if you're going to do that, make it good. Make them like not as strong, no cliches. Try to bring back James Wan in some capacity, because this one was just a huge letdown. Didn't feel like a horror movie. It felt like a drama with a little sprinkle of horror. It might be due to the script or whatever, but overall, didn't like this one. I give The Conjuring Last Rites a 4 out of 10.